Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take a deep breath and imagine something. The world is quiet, the streets are empty, the clocks strike 3 a.m., and somewhere deep within the walls of the Vatican, a secret stirs. A secret not meant for everyone, but it holds a power, a truth, a revelation that could change everything for those brave enough to seek it. Now, why do I start here? Because life itself is like that 3 a.m. hour. It's dark, it's uncertain, and most people are asleep while their destiny passes them by. Most people wait for daylight to act, to pursue, to conquer, but the truth is, real transformation happens in the quiet, unseen moments. It happens when you are willing to step into the unknown, when you are willing to face your fears, and when you dare to uncover the secrets the world doesn't want you to know. The Vatican, with all its history, its power, its tradition, has long protected knowledge that can unlock potential. And here's the lesson: the world is full of knowledge, wisdom, and opportunities, but only for those willing to rise before the masses, to push past the ordinary, and to go where most people never will. Imagine what could happen if you stopped waiting for permission. Imagine if you dared to explore your own 3 a.m. secret, the untapped potential inside yourself that only awakens when everyone else is asleep. That's where your true power lies. That's where your life shifts from ordinary to extraordinary. That's where your purpose is waiting for you. But here's the kicker: secrets don't reveal themselves to the passive. They demand action. They demand courage. They demand intensity. And in that intensity, in that discipline, in that relentless pursuit of what others deem impossible, you find your breakthrough. You find clarity. You find your fire. And so I ask you, what is your 3 a.m. secret? What truth are you avoiding? What courage are you denying? What greatness are you postponing? Because the same way the Vatican has preserved its mysteries, your own life holds treasures hidden in plain sight. Treasures you can only access if you are willing to rise above the ordinary, to think differently, to act relentlessly, to seek fearlessly. Remember this: the world doesn't crown the cautious. It doesn't reward the hesitant. It celebrates the bold. And your 3 a.m. moment, the one no one else sees, is your invitation to step into your destiny. It's your opportunity to harness the invisible forces that shape history, that shape lives, that shape empires. And it starts with a decision to wake up when others sleep, to see what others cannot see, to do what others will not do. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, right now, I want you to commit to uncovering your own secret. Commit to seeking your untapped power. Commit to stepping into darkness and finding the light that will transform your life. Because the Vatican's 3 a.m. secret isn't just a story, it's a mirror. And it's showing you that the extraordinary is waiting, and it starts with you. Embrace the unseen hours. Those quiet, dark, seemingly empty hours that most people ignore, the hours where the world is asleep and the noise of life fades away, are the hours where the seeds of transformation are planted. Think about it for a moment. Every day, most people operate on autopilot, following routines that are dictated by society, by expectations, by comfort. They wake up, they go through their motions, they chase the superficial goals, and they sleep again without ever touching the depths of their potential. But there is a different path. There is a path where greatness awakens in the shadows, in the silence, in the moments where others are too afraid, too lazy, or too distracted to act. That is where the power lies. That is where the 3 a.m. secret reveals itself. You see, the unseen hours are not just hours. They are opportunities. They are invitations from life to rise above mediocrity, to break free from limitation, and to step into your own extraordinary potential. When the world is quiet, your mind is free from distraction, your heart is free from the pressures of performance, and your spirit is free to dream bigger, think bolder, and act with purpose. Most people never understand this because they are addicted to comfort. They are addicted to the familiar. They are addicted to routines that do not challenge them. But the truth is, comfort is the enemy of progress, and the unseen hours are the battlefield where victories are won. In the stillness of 3 a.m., you have a choice. You can choose to sleep like everyone else, drifting through life, or you can rise, harness the quiet, and focus on the things that truly matter. This is not just about waking up early. This is about waking up to life itself, waking up to your potential, waking up to the realization that the world only gives you what you are willing to reach for when no one is watching. This is the secret that the greatest achievers, the most influential people, the ones who change history, have always understood. They move when others are idle. They create when others are distracted. They conquer when others are passive. The unseen hours are a mirror of your inner life. They show you who you really are, beyond the masks, beyond the expectations, beyond the judgments of others. When you embrace these hours, you are embracing yourself. You are embracing the truth that your greatness is not determined by the opinions of others, by the distractions around you, or by the limitations that society places on you. Your greatness is determined by your willingness to rise, to act, to think differently, and to do what most people refuse to do. That is the power of the unseen hours. In these hours, you can plan, you can strategize, you can reflect, you can create the vision for the life you want. But more than that, you can prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for the challenges ahead, because the world will test you, the world will distract you, the world will try to pull you back into mediocrity. But if you have learned to embrace the unseen hours, if you have learned to rise when others sleep, if you have learned to act when others hesitate, then you will have a strength that cannot be shaken, a focus that cannot be broken, and a clarity that cannot be dimmed. It's in the unseen hours that ideas are born. It's in the unseen hours that strategies are refined. It's in the unseen hours that the future is written, not by luck, not by circumstance, not by accident, but by deliberate, conscious, focused action. Every moment that others waste in distraction is a moment you can use to grow, to innovate, to elevate yourself to a level most people never reach. The unseen hours are a gift, a secret weapon, and a sacred space for anyone who is willing to claim it. Most people underestimate the power of a single hour. They think that greatness comes from grand gestures, from massive events, from dramatic breakthroughs. But the truth is, greatness is forged in the small, consistent, unseen actions that accumulate over time. 1 hour spent in focus, in reflection, in planning, in learning, and creating is worth more than 1,000 hours wasted in passivity. The unseen hours are like a reservoir of energy, wisdom, and potential waiting for you to tap into it. And once you do, once you commit to showing up, once you decide to embrace these hours, your life begins to change, your thinking begins to expand, your confidence begins to grow, your results begin to multiply. And the beauty of it is, the unseen hours are available to everyone. No one owns them. No one can take them away. They are there for you if you choose to rise, if you choose to move, if you choose to act. But here is the challenge: most people will not. Most people are too comfortable, too distracted, too focused on the noise around them. They will never know the power, the clarity, the insight, the breakthroughs that exist in the hours when the world sleeps. They will never experience the growth that comes from discipline, from courage, from focus, from deliberate action. So I ask you, what will you do with your unseen hours? Will you allow them to slip through your fingers like sand, or will you seize them, claim them, and use them to build the life you were meant to live? Will you rise while others snooze? Will you act while others hesitate? Will you think while others drift? Because the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is often measured not by talent, not by luck, not by opportunity, but by the hours you are willing to invest when no one is watching. The unseen hours are where leaders are made. They are where innovators are born. They are where legacies are created. When you embrace them, when you honor them, when you use them, you are telling the universe that you are ready, that you are willing, that you are capable of more than the world has dared to imagine for you. You are telling yourself that you will not settle for mediocrity, that you will not wait for permission, that you will not be satisfied with ordinary results. You are stepping into your power, into your destiny, into a life that most people only dream about but never dare to pursue. Courage over comfort. This is a principle that separates those who live ordinary lives from those who achieve extraordinary results. Most people settle for comfort. They wake up, they follow the routine, they do what is easy, what is familiar, what feels safe, and they call it life. They call it stability. They call it success. But the truth is, comfort is a cage. Comfort is a trap. It lulls you into a sense of security while your dreams, your potential, and your destiny quietly slip away. Courage, on the other hand, is the key that opens the door to your highest self. Courage is the force that propels you beyond the ordinary, beyond fear, beyond limitation. Courage is what allows you to confront the unknown, to embrace risk, to do what most people will not, and in doing so, to discover the life you were truly meant to live. Think about it for a moment. Every great achievement in history, every innovation, every breakthrough, every revolution, every life-changing success started with courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act despite fear. It is the decision to step forward when your instincts scream to stay put. It is the ability to look into the darkness of uncertainty and choose to move anyway. Most people avoid this. They avoid discomfort. They avoid challenge. They avoid growth. They wait for perfect conditions, for the right timing, for the guarantee of success. And in doing so, they guarantee only mediocrity. But when you embrace courage over comfort, you reject mediocrity. You reject limitation. You reject the idea that life is something to be endured rather than something to be conquered. Comfort feels good in the moment. It gives you a sense of security, of stability, of predictability. But comfort is a liar. It whispers that staying small is safe, that playing it easy is smart, that avoiding risk is wise. But the truth is, comfort never creates growth. Comfort never fuels achievement. Comfort never births greatness. Courage is the counterbalance. Courage demands action. Courage demands boldness. Courage demands that you step into the arena when others are watching from the sidelines. Courage pushes you beyond the familiar, beyond the known, beyond what feels safe, and into the realm of possibility where extraordinary results are born. The Vatican's 3 a.m. secret is not just a story about a hidden place. It is a metaphor for life. The hidden, unseen moments, the choices made when no one is looking, the actions taken when the world is asleep are the moments where courage is tested. Those who choose comfort stay asleep. Those who choose courage awaken to the opportunities that others never see. Those who act despite fear, who move despite uncertainty, who persist despite doubt, find themselves in a position of power, influence, and achievement that most people will never understand. Courage over comfort is the principle that allows you to rise above the ordinary and claim what is rightfully yours. Courage is not reserved for the fearless. Courage is available to everyone. It is a decision, a mindset, a choice. You can choose courage at any moment. You can choose to do the hard thing, the bold thing, the uncomfortable thing, and in doing so, you create momentum that propels you forward faster than comfort ever could. Every time you choose courage, you are training yourself to expand your limits, to break through barriers, to defy expectations. Courage compounds. One brave action leads to another. One decision to step beyond fear builds the confidence and resilience necessary to face greater challenges. And each time you push past comfort, you grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. Most people underestimate the power of discomfort. They see it as something to avoid, something negative, something to escape. But discomfort is the teacher. Discomfort is the fuel for transformation. Discomfort is the doorway to mastery. If you embrace discomfort, if you welcome the challenges, the risks, the unknown, you unlock a level of growth that comfort could never provide. The path to greatness is paved with moments of courage, moments where you choose action over hesitation, risk over safety, progress over stagnation. It is in these moments that your character is forged, your potential is realized, and your destiny begins to unfold. Courage over comfort also means making decisions that others fear to make. It means standing alone when necessary, speaking truth when it is unpopular, taking the first step when others are frozen in indecision. It means rejecting excuses and embracing responsibility. It means looking at obstacles not as barriers, but as opportunities to rise, to adapt, to innovate, and to grow stronger. Most people will never understand this. Most people will never act. Most people will never achieve. But you, when you choose courage over comfort, when you choose action over ease, when you choose to face your fears instead of hiding from them, you step into a realm of possibility that most will never glimpse. The unseen hours, the quiet moments, the times when the world is asleep are when courage is most valuable. These are the hours when you can reflect, when you can strategize, when you can take action without distraction or interference. Courage over comfort is the mindset that tells you to rise early, to work harder, to push further, to take responsibility for your life when no one is watching. It is the mindset that separates leaders from followers, creators from consumers, achievers from dreamers. When you choose courage over comfort, consistently, you begin to transform not only your life, but your thinking, your energy, your results, and ultimately your impact on the world. The challenge is real and it is uncomfortable. Choosing courage over comfort requires a willingness to confront fear, to endure uncertainty, to face resistance, and to persist when the outcome is unknown. But it is in those moments when you refuse to yield to comfort, when you refuse to let fear dictate your choices, that your true power emerges. Every action you take in the face of discomfort strengthens your resolve, sharpens your focus, and amplifies your capacity to achieve. Courage over comfort is not a one-time decision. It is a lifestyle. It is a series of choices, moment by moment, day by day, hour by hour. Each time you choose to act boldly, to step beyond the safe, to embrace risk, you reinforce the habit of courage. Each time you reject comfort, you build resilience, confidence, and momentum. Over time, these choices compound into extraordinary results, creating a life that is not dictated by fear, not limited by expectation, and not defined by circumstance, but by the relentless pursuit of your highest potential, the hidden treasures within. Every human being carries them, yet most go their entire lives without ever discovering them. These treasures are not gold, jewels, or wealth that can be measured in money or material possessions. These treasures are the untapped potential, the dormant abilities, the extraordinary creativity, the resilience, the courage, the intuition, the power to transform life itself that exists inside each of us. Most people spend their lives searching for validation, approval, or opportunities outside of themselves, never realizing that everything they seek has been inside them all along. The world teaches us to look outward, to follow the paths of others, to settle for what is familiar, safe, and conventional. But the truth is, the greatest discoveries, the greatest achievements, and the greatest joy come from turning inward and uncovering the hidden treasures that already exist within us. These treasures are waiting for you, but they are hidden behind layers of fear, doubt, limitation, and distraction. They are buried beneath the expectations of society, the voices of critics, the habits of comfort, and the patterns of mediocrity. To access them, you must embark on a journey of self-discovery, a journey that requires courage, persistence, and self-belief. It requires the willingness to confront the truth about yourself, to face your weaknesses, and to embrace the power that has always been within you. Most people are too afraid to take this journey. They fear what they might find. They fear the responsibility that comes with power. They fear failure. They fear change, and so they remain stuck in a life far below their potential. But those who dare to explore the hidden treasures within themselves discover a strength, a clarity, and a capacity that changes everything. The hidden treasures within are revealed in moments of reflection, in moments of stillness, in moments when you step away from the noise of the world and listen to the whispers of your own heart. They are revealed when you push beyond your perceived limits, when you challenge yourself to do more, to give more, to be more. They are revealed in the unseen hours, the times when no one is watching, the moments of struggle, and the instances of choice where you decide to rise instead of retreat, to act instead of hesitate, to believe instead of doubt. These treasures do not appear magically. They emerge as a result of deliberate action, conscious effort, and unwavering focus on growth. The more you invest in yourself, the more you uncover, and the more powerful your life becomes. Inside you lies a reservoir of creativity, a force that can generate ideas, solutions, and innovations that others cannot even imagine. Inside you lies a well of resilience, a capacity to endure challenges, setbacks, and adversity that can make you unstoppable when harnessed correctly. Inside you lies the courage to take risks, to confront fear, and to step boldly into your purpose. Inside you lies the clarity to see opportunities, the wisdom to make decisions, and the determination to see things through to completion. All of this exists within you, yet it remains dormant for those who choose to ignore it, who choose to settle for the ordinary, who choose comfort over growth. The hidden treasures within are not just for personal gain. They are also a source of impact for the world. Every time you uncover a talent, a skill, a strength within yourself, you create the potential to affect others in ways you may never have imagined. Your growth, your courage, your creativity, your persistence. These become catalysts that inspire, empower, and uplift others. When you invest in yourself, when you unlock the treasures within, you are not just transforming your life, you are contributing to a larger purpose, a larger legacy, a ripple effect that can touch countless lives. This is why the pursuit of self-discovery, the search for hidden treasures within, is not selfish. It is essential. Many people misunderstand what it means to uncover the hidden treasures within. They think it is about becoming perfect, achieving success, or being better than others. That is not the truth. The hidden treasures within are about discovering your authentic self, embracing your uniqueness, and realizing that the power to create, to influence, and to thrive is already part of who you are. It is about recognizing that you have been equipped with everything you need to overcome challenges, achieve your dreams, and live a life of significance. The key is to stop looking outside for answers and start looking inside for the source of your power. This journey is not easy. It demands introspection, courage, discipline, and resilience. It requires breaking free from the expectations of others, rejecting limiting beliefs, and confronting fears that have kept you small. But the rewards are extraordinary. The treasures you uncover within yourself, your strengths, your passions, your gifts, your purpose, become the foundation for a life that is not dictated by circumstance, but by choice. They give you confidence to pursue the impossible, determination to persevere through setbacks, and clarity to make decisions that align with your true purpose. The more you explore, the more you discover, and the more unstoppable you become. The hidden treasures within are also revealed in your relationships, your actions, and your contributions. As you develop your inner power, you inspire those around you. As you embrace your gifts, you influence your community. As you live with courage, integrity, and purpose, you create an impact far beyond yourself. Every treasure within you, once awakened, multiplies in effect. Your creativity, your wisdom, your resilience, your compassion, your vision, they all combine to create a life that is not only extraordinary for you, but also transformative for the world around you. Accessing these treasures requires intentionality. It requires moments of reflection, discipline, focus, and the willingness to act when others hesitate. It requires persistence in the face of doubt, determination in the face of obstacles, and the courage to continue even when the path is unclear. Each step you take towards self-discovery Each action you take to harness your inner power is a step toward unlocking the hidden treasures that define your potential. This is not about luck, chance, or external validation. It is about conscious choice, relentless action, and unwavering belief in yourself. The hidden treasures within are infinite, waiting for you to claim them. They exist in your mind, your heart, your spirit, and your actions. They are revealed as you push beyond fear, embrace challenge, and commit to growth. They are awakened when you dedicate yourself to becoming the best version of yourself, when you refuse to settle, and when you step boldly into the life you were meant to lead. These treasures are your power, your purpose, and your legacy, and the journey to uncover them is the most important journey you will ever take. Action trumps observation. Too many people spend their lives watching, analyzing, and waiting for the perfect moment. They study success from a distance. They admire achievements from afar. They imagine what it would be like to live a life of impact and greatness, but they never step into it. Observation has its place. It can teach, it can inspire, it can inform, but without action, observation is nothing more than fantasy. Knowledge without execution is wasted potential. Ideas without implementation are dreams deferred, and talent without effort is invisible. The world rewards those who do, those who step forward, those who move when others hesitate. Action trumps observation because it is through movement, through effort, through engagement with life itself that transformation occurs, results are achieved, and potential is realized. Think about the people who have changed the world. They did not wait for permission. They did not wait for the perfect plan. They did not wait for everyone to agree. They acted. They stepped into uncertainty. They took risks, and they embraced the unknown. They experimented. They failed. They adapted, and they persevered. Action was their differentiator. They understood that progress is born from doing, from engagement, from showing up consistently, not from endless planning or passive reflection. Observation alone cannot move mountains, cannot create breakthroughs, cannot generate results. Action is the engine that drives achievement, and without it, talent and knowledge remain dormant. Action trumps observation because life does not reward perfection or preparation alone. Life rewards courage, execution, and resilience. Waiting for the ideal moment is an illusion because conditions are rarely perfect. Waiting for certainty is a trap because certainty never arrives. The most successful people take imperfect action, learn from feedback, adjust their strategies, and move forward relentlessly. They understand that momentum comes from doing, from trying, from engaging with the challenges of life instead of merely studying them. Observation can inform, but it cannot replace action. The world does not reward thinkers alone. It rewards doers, creators, and leaders who act decisively in the face of uncertainty. Consider the unseen hours, the quiet moments when no one else is paying attention. Those hours are where observation can become powerful if it leads to action. Most people waste these hours thinking, planning, analyzing, and doubting. They review the past, anticipate the future, and yet fail to act in the present. But those who understand that action trumps observation use these hours to prepare, to strategize, and then, most importantly, to act. They convert insight into execution, reflection into implementation, and vision into reality. This is where results are created, where momentum is built, where ordinary lives are transformed into extraordinary stories of achievement. Action trumps observation because experience teaches what theory cannot. You can read books, study successful people, watch tutorials, and gather endless information, but until you apply what you learn, until you step into the arena of life and test your knowledge, your learning is incomplete. Action is the bridge between potential and performance. It is the mechanism through which growth occurs, skills are honed, and confidence is built. Every step you take, every decision you implement, every risk you embrace strengthens your capacity to achieve and creates results that observation alone could never produce. Many people are paralyzed by fear, doubt, or over-analysis. They wait for the signals, the signs, or the guarantee that their actions will succeed. They fail to realize that waiting is the enemy of progress. That hesitation kills momentum. And that action, even when imperfect, is the only way to move forward. The courage to act, the discipline to execute, and the persistence to continue despite setbacks are what differentiate ordinary individuals from extraordinary achievers. Observation can inspire, but it cannot replace execution. You can understand a path intellectually, but until you walk it, you have not truly traveled. Action trumps observation because it creates opportunities that observation cannot see. Opportunities are not always obvious, and often they emerge only when you engage, when you take the initiative, when you move into uncharted territory. By acting, you position yourself to encounter possibilities, solutions, and breakthroughs that would never appear if you remained passive. The most impactful people in history did not wait for clarity. They created it through action. They understood that clarity, confidence, and progress are byproducts of doing, not prerequisites for it. Momentum is built step by step, decision by decision, and it is cultivated in the moments when you choose action over inertia. Action also trumps observation because it teaches resilience. When you act, you face failure, setbacks, rejection, and resistance. These are the experiences that observation cannot replicate. They force you to adapt, innovate, and strengthen your mindset. They provide lessons that no amount of watching, thinking, or theorizing can teach. The process of doing builds character, endurance, and wisdom. Every time you take action in the face of fear or uncertainty, you are strengthening the muscles of courage and capability. Observation alone can inform you, but action transforms you. It turns knowledge into power, insight into skill, and potential into results. The people who achieve the most are not those who know the most. They are those who act the most. They take what they learn, combine it with their vision and purpose, and move forward relentlessly. Action trumps observation because it generates feedback, growth, and progress. Each step you take provides data, insight, and opportunity to adjust, refine, and improve. The cycle of action and reflection creates mastery, whereas observation without action leads to stagnation, frustration, and unrealized potential. Action trumps observation because it accelerates your life. Time does not wait for you to feel ready, to understand fully, or to plan perfectly. Life rewards decisiveness, commitment, and movement. Every action you take creates momentum, builds confidence, and brings you closer to your goals. Every hesitation, every delay, every moment spent merely observing is a lost opportunity, a wasted hour, and a step further from the life you desire. Those who choose action understand that progress is not linear, but it is cumulative, and each step, no matter how small, compounds into extraordinary results. The hidden power of action is that it converts ideas into reality, vision into results, and dreams into tangible outcomes. The greatest achievements in the world were not accomplished by those who waited or watched. They were accomplished by those who dared to act, to risk, to persist, and to push beyond the limits of what seemed possible. Action is the bridge between aspiration and achievement, the engine of growth and the path to mastery. Every time you act, you move closer to unlocking your full potential, creating impact, and leaving a legacy. Awaken your extraordinary. This is not a slogan. It is a command, a call to action, a reminder that you were born with potential far greater than you have allowed yourself to believe. Most people live lives that are ordinary because they settle for what is comfortable, familiar, and predictable. They go through their days without daring to stretch, without daring to dream, without daring to confront the greatness that lies dormant inside them. But inside you is something different. Inside you is a force, a spark, a power that has the ability to change not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Awakening your extraordinary begins with recognizing that you were never meant to settle for mediocrity, that your purpose is greater than your fears, and that your potential is far beyond the limits you have been told exist. The first step in awakening your extraordinary is awareness. Awareness of your gifts, your talents, your passions, and your unique abilities. Awareness of the areas in your life where you have been limiting yourself, accepting less than you deserve, and ignoring the call to rise. Most people avoid awareness because it is uncomfortable. It forces them to confront their weaknesses, their fears, and the truths about how they have been living beneath their potential. But awareness is the foundation of transformation. It is the mirror that shows you what is possible, the compass that guides you toward your highest purpose, and the spark that ignites action. Without awareness, you cannot awaken. Without awareness, your extraordinary remains asleep. Once you are aware, the next step is commitment. Commitment to yourself, to your growth, to your vision, and to your potential. Commitment is what separates dreamers from achievers, talkers from doers, and ordinary lives from extraordinary ones. It is easy to admire greatness from afar, to wish for it, to talk about it, but without commitment, it will never materialize in your life. Commitment means taking responsibility for your results, refusing to blame circumstances or others, and dedicating yourself to consistent, relentless action. It means showing up every day, even when it is hard, even when it feels uncomfortable, and even when no one else believes in you. The extraordinary is not built in moments of ease. It is forged in moments of challenge, persistence, and unwavering determination. Action is the third step in awakening your extraordinary. Awareness and commitment are important, but they are nothing without action. Action transforms potential into reality, dreams into results, and ideas into impact. Action is the engine that propels you forward when the world doubts you, when circumstances are against you, and when fear tries to stop you. It is through action that you learn, grow, and expand beyond the limits that once held you back. The extraordinary is not revealed to those who wait. It is claimed by those who act boldly, decisively and consistently even when the path is unclear and the outcome is uncertain. Awakening your extraordinary also requires courage, the courage to confront fear, the courage to take risks, and the courage to step into the unknown. Fear is a natural part of growth. It signals that you are moving beyond your comfort zone and into a space where transformation occurs. Most people run from fear, but those who awaken their extraordinary use it as a guide. Fear becomes fuel, hesitation becomes motivation, and resistance becomes opportunity. The extraordinary does not lie on the path of comfort, it lies beyond it. To awaken it, you must embrace fear, act in spite of it, and use it to propel yourself toward greatness. Resilience is another critical component. Life will challenge you, it will test you, it will confront you with setbacks, failures, and obstacles. The ordinary gives up, blames circumstances, and allows defeat to define them. The extraordinary, however, uses adversity as a teacher, as a stepping stone, as a platform for growth. Resilience is the ability to recover quickly, to adapt, and to persist when others would quit. It is the muscle that allows you to keep moving, keep learning, and keep building momentum toward your highest vision. Awakening your extraordinary means developing resilience so strong that no challenge can derail your pursuit of excellence. Vision is also essential. Extraordinary lives are guided by a compelling vision of what is possible. It is not enough to simply want change or improvement. You must see it clearly, feel it deeply, and pursue it relentlessly. Your vision becomes the magnet that draws opportunity, the compass that directs your choices, and the fuel that keeps you moving when motivation fades. Extraordinary people do not drift aimlessly. They navigate life with purpose, clarity, and direction. Awakening your extraordinary requires a vision so powerful that it ignites action, inspires persistence, and drives transformation in every area of your life. Discipline is the bridge between potential and performance. Talent alone will not awaken your extraordinary. Desire alone will not create results. Discipline is the daily commitment to showing up, putting in the work, and making choices that align with your vision. Discipline is doing what needs to be done when you do not feel like it, resisting temptation, and staying focused on your long-term goals. It is the secret ingredient that turns dreams into reality and ensures that your extraordinary potential does not remain dormant. Without discipline, extraordinary remains a possibility, not a reality. Another critical element is self-belief. You must believe in your capacity, your potential, and your worthiness to achieve greatness. Doubt is the enemy of extraordinary. It whispers that you are not capable, that you are not deserving, and that success is for others but not for you. Belief in yourself transforms obstacles into opportunities, fear into fuel, and challenges into growth. Awakening your extraordinary begins with the unwavering conviction that you are capable of achieving what you set your mind to, that you are worthy of success, and that you have within you everything required to create a life beyond imagination. Extraordinary lives are also characterized by contribution. Awakening your extraordinary is not solely about personal achievement. It is about impact. It is about using your gifts, your talents, and your vision to make a difference in the world. When you rise to your extraordinary, you inspire others, empower others, and elevate the collective consciousness around you. Your extraordinary life becomes a catalyst for change, a model for others to follow, and a source of inspiration that multiplies far beyond your individual actions. True greatness is measured not just by what you accomplish for yourself, but by the lives you touch, the legacy you leave, and the impact you create. To awaken your extraordinary, you must embrace continuous growth. Learning, evolving, and expanding your skills, mindset, and abilities is essential. The world is constantly changing, challenges are constantly arising, and opportunities are constantly shifting. Extraordinary people commit to lifelong growth, seek knowledge relentlessly, and adapt without fear. They understand that mastery is not a destination, but a journey, and that awakening their extraordinary requires a constant willingness to improve, to stretch, and to evolve.